name is Jennifer. This is the Hear Her Hands Knitting podcast. And today I am in sunny Sacramento, California. I am visiting a friend and her dog with my dog, who may or may not be in frame, I don't know. But I thought, while I have a week sort of in a more regimented schedule and without dealing with my own puppy, I thought maybe it would be helpful if I do a little how quick can I knit this with you, and then I'm also going to show you what I've done so far on this trip and what my goals are. So it's going to be more of a vlog style, hopefully, and maybe give you some, some insights into our day-to-day life, cooking, caring for the dogs, lots of walks in this lovely, not too humid weather. But to start off, first of all, what I am drinking is drip coffee. It is the usual coffee, which is Death Wish, and I have a non-dairy, which is an oat milk French vanilla creamer that my friend likes. So that is what we're drinking. Because my dog is on Eastern time, so we're getting up early over here. Okay, so my first main project for the whole trip so far was one you've seen before. So this is my cutie little sock knitting bag, and here are my socks. So I've been working on these on and off. Did quite a lot of them while I was flying. And we are at the point where I am going to start doing something other than the foot, which means I need to go back to the pattern and do some looking. But are the Hibernal sock by Summer Lee, which I am knitting toe at a time, two at a time, toe up. And I have done 3 inches of knitting since I measured last, so we're ready to start doing yo cheating, I believe. So those are, I'm still doing those the same way I was doing them before. I'm going to do 1 4-row keyboard repeat. So that is the perfect amount of sock knitting. It does not overwhelm me or overboard me, and also it's enough to keep it going. So hopefully I'll have a pair of socks by the end of the month, maybe. And my other project that I started working on when I got here was I am working on something that does not look like much right now. This is the Queen's Cami by Tori. Oops. And my yarn is Lana Grassa. It's her merino fingering sock type. But I think it's beautiful. It's really fun. Working up, very fun. It's definitely has stripe, but not a extreme stripe. It feels a little bit unintentional and a little bit fun. So hopefully it will continue being fun and interesting. And I am currently on the section where I am joining the folded hem. And this is going to go to the side because my next plan for the rest of this week that I'm here is going to be a knitting challenge, and it will be how quickly can I knit this pattern. So for that, my friend that I'm visiting took me to the yarn store that is closest to her, so her local yarn store, which is called Rumplestiltskein in Sacramento, in like Old Town Sacramento, I believe. And there, when I walked in, the first thing that jumped out to me was a wall of Spin Cycle. So I had never seen Spin Cycle in person, and I had always kind of wanted to do one of these fancy Spin Cycle patterns, but because I just couldn't quite tell how the colors looked, I was very leery of buying online. So I am glad that was the case. I think I have a picture that I will add of this particular yarn. This is Good Omen in worsted weight. So when I got this, there were several skeins, and they were like completely different. There was another one that I was really contemplating getting as well that was also Good Omen, but much lighter, like more of a, I mean, it was more of a what I, as a soft summer, would wear in the summer. However, I'm going to be making an accessory with this because I feel like kind of only thing you could do with like a one scheme. So, and also because our most prolific spin cycle designer is Andrea Mowry, and several people I know have just finished knitting her Memorial Day middle of the Harlow Flip. So I have decided one of my goals since the new year was to learn to knit brioche. And I feel like the Harlow Flip, and especially Andrea Mowry's tutorial, is probably a really good way to start that. So I am knitting the Harlow Flip with this. And then my second color is this one. So this is Plymouth yarn. Yes, it is there. It's really ironic. Plymouth yarn is in Bristol, Pennsylvania. I could get this so easy wherever, but I was trying to just find something that would go with this, but not be so similar as to be just detracting from the color. So this is worsted merino in the color Dusty Violet, of course. So going to do Good Omen and Dusty Violet, and I'm going to knit Harlow Flip, and I am going to show y'all how that goes, I guess. I probably won't do a lot of talking on that because, first of all, the dog I'm taking care of is leery of me talking. Actual, are you doing? Right now, he's looking around. Who are you talking to, lady? This is funny. Also, luckily, my friend is a knitter that I got here and was like, wasn't planning on doing this project, do not have needles for this. She put her knitting needles. So when we've drunk our coffee, I will sit down and cast this on with y'all, and we'll see how that goes. And we'll see if I can stop the vlogging thing. Okay? Here we go. I forgot about the part where I'm traveling, so I don't have a bow winder. And I don't know where my friend's bow winder is, so the first day of my work is probably going to be hand winding these fuckers. Okay, I have Spin Cycle. This is my Dusty Violet. So now I'm going to start, I'm actually going to start watching Andrea Mowry's tutorial for the German twisted cast on. I've done that before, but I've never done it in 2 colors, so we'll see how this goes. If I can figure out how to get you to be able to see me, but I'm thoroughly backlit by the window, we'll try to video it. Alright, so I have finished so see how that goes. Just like, don't bark. Yep. Come here. Hi. Come here. Hi. It's a good boy. Good boy. Just another check-in. So I got to 4 rounds into my Harlow Flip. And I gave it up. I don't know what it is, but that part of the pattern is just continues really confusing. Just after the setups, on round 1 and round B, that part, like, it keeps looking wrong, and I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. And also, unfortunately, the linked tutorials in the pattern that are Andrea Mowry's tutorials, the sound is not ideal for someone who has hearing loss. It's really difficult for me to watch and listen and pause and things like that. And also the colors are not ideal. It's not particularly accessible. I really liked Brooklyn Tweed's tutorial on brioche, but it's not quite to the pattern. It's not the same as the pattern that I'm trying to follow. And so I don't know where I'm going wrong, but it keeps looking strange. So I think it might come to, I might have to find an expert knitter to help me. For the moment, I am so frustrated. I have given up on speed knitting this. I am back to lace knitting socks, which at least I understand, and I'm like reverse knitting this pattern. So that's unfortunate, but I'll post this little vlog and maybe someone can give me some links for better things to help me with that particular part of the pattern. I just don't know what's going wrong, but it looks weird. Thanks. Move it for luck. Good. Go out. Okay, let's go out. No, let's go outside. Hi there. Welcome to the Hear Her Hands Knitting Podcast. My name is Jennifer, and I am a knitter, crocheter, quilter, sewist, and all-around multi-craftual. I am usually based in Baltimore, Maryland, with my partner and two miniature schnauzers, one of whom is here, and two black cats. But today I'm coming to you from Sacramento, California, where I'm spending the week dog sitting for a dear friend and her lovely Miss Angie. So I have been here for 2 weeks, not quite 2 weeks now. Yeah, it's been 2 weeks. And so and I'm going home in a couple of days. But I thought I would catch you up on the things I knit and the things I bought while I was here. So first off, we're going to mention and then completely ignore my first one that I had. Actually, I had quite a bit done on before I even got here, but I have not touched. So I brought my Brooklyn Raglan Lite by Tori with me, and it is still in my carry-on. I haven't touched it, not once. So that's not getting done, that's for sure. There's nothing really wrong with the pattern. I think most of the problem with that one is that I'm in the round and round on the body, and it's just stockinette. So I think I may be adding something to under the arms or something like that to make it more interesting. Because right now I can't be bothered. So the other project I had when I came out here is on its way to being a FO. It will probably be an FO by the time I get home. I think I'm going to take this as my airplane knitting and work on finishing it on the plane. This is my Hibernal sock by Summerlee. And this pattern, I basically reverse engineered it to be knit toe up and two at a time. I did it. What did I do? Did I get a heel flap? No. The heel flap does it maybe? I'm not sure. Heel is a bit tight, but I'm hoping I can block it out because it's just. However, this pattern has been really fun. I find like this very simple lace cable lace something. This is really pretty and I really enjoy it, and also it makes it very stretchy. So I'm enjoying this pattern. And my socks are being knit on by in from Joann's. This is Patton's classic, no, Patton's North American sock in the color Dusty Plum. So my socks have some progress, and I'm knitting the smallest size. So, other project I brought to work on with me was this one, which is the Queen's Cami by Tori. There we go. And I'm knitting it in Lanagasa merino hand-dyed merino, and the fingering weight sock yarn type and it is in a lot of pink. So I'm planning on putting this down for the time being, and picking it back up next week when the Charm City Unicorns start their PAL, which is their pink knit pink garments with them little on. So that would be fun. I have started it, but I've a ways to go. And then we'll get into sort of acquisition plus new works in progress. So first, we'll start with on Thursday, the week before last, we did a little explore downtown, Old Town Sacramento, together, and my friend took me to their local yarn store, which is Rumplestiltskein in Old Town Sacramento. And there, walked in, and right at the left-hand side of the door when you walk in is just a wall of Spin Cycle, and I kind of stopped in my tracks and was entranced. And I started looking at all of the Spin Cycle, and my poor service dog let out a gigantic sigh and lay down right where we were. He was like, "We're not going anywhere, so I might as well take a break while I can." So while we were there, I looked at Spin Cycle, and I had seen a bunch of people in the Love and Stitches membership finish Harlow Flip by Andrea and Mowry, and I was like, well, what if I speed knit a Harlow Flip while I'm here? Spoiler alert, that did not quite happen, but this is the first time I've ever tried brioche, so that's why. We'll get to that, but I picked up the skein of Dream State, Spin Cycle Dream State, which is their worsted, superwash worsted in the color Good Omen. To knit that pattern in particular, and then to hold out with it, to knit with it. I also picked up this, which is Plymouth Select Worsted Merino, and this is the color Dusty Violet. So those two began my Harlow Flip, which is fun, but it takes a lot of concentration for me, since it is a brand new thing to me, and I had a really hard time casting this on. I will put in a section of vlogs with how it went, starting here, and see how that went. Okay, so now that you've seen that, you'll see that I got really frustrated. I tried this like 6 times, and finally took a break. And then when I came back to it, the video that helped me the most was actually the one from Brooklyn Tweed, and I used that to cast on 2 colors for brioche, and then I kind of used that for the how-to and went back to Andrea's Power for pattern for the order, and that seems to have worked for me. I did have a bit of a mishap yesterday, and had to keep back 2 rows, and then halfway through the whole round to figure out what I had done, and I had dropped one of these stitches behind, and it was like, as Stephen West says, it was billed instead of a shawl. So I fixed that, and then reknit the whole thing. The last 2 rows I messed up. So as far as I've gotten, I don't think I will be speed knitting this. I just don't have the ability, but maybe someday I can speed knit with Andrea and Mowry. Sit down. Yeah. Okay.